everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well, hope you're going much with day, and this makes the day even more magical because today we have a reaction to the rest of the three of the songs from the album Escape the Mind in our The Warning Tuesdays. So we are doing Escape the Mind, Free Falling, Escape the Mind, Piano only bonus. So we have two songs technically, but we're also going to enjoy a nice little finale with a piano kind of version of Escape the Mind. Quite excited. I'm going to pull up the lyrics. I know you guys last time actually didn't really enjoy the one I did, which was because I cut so much of the song. I'm going to try and cut less, but I'm still going to cut because I know if I start talking and explaining things, it will get too large. I will be reacting to the live of Escape the Mind, but I thought since I started this, I should finish it like so. So, let's just begin. I'm just excited because Escape the Mind is the actual album title. So, let's see how that goes. I don't know. Let me put this around here.
I can't break down the boundaries, can't put the past behind me.
Okay, so from the last album we know that it was quite of calmer kind of album and version of songs than they usually do now. So yeah, just bringing you back to that and bringing me back to that because I just came back from school and it's starting to now refresh. Anyways, it's already a beautiful beginning, slowly building up. I just want to see, because it starts off using the word can't, like cannot. And it says, I can't break down the boundaries. I can't put the past behind me. I just can't believe that you can. So it's all like such like pessimism building up. And it's locking inside the mind even more, which is very interesting. So let's see if we escape it in the end.
I just can't believe
Also, I just hope that's a violin because I love it.
that you can break the cage,
No, it's a piano. It's a piano, but it's gorgeous.
destroy the chains, escape
I think.
the mind. Love is maze, so it's
Oh, that's so cheeky. Like na 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 na. It's so nice and cheeky. I really like it. I also love that they have a little intro with the piano. It's getting me in the mood. And I'm guessing the Escape the Mind piano only will be the whole thing in piano version, so it's gonna be even more gorgeous. This is like, I think the piano might be my new ringtone or something. Like, it's gorgeous. Although, I'm not gonna be easily picking it up, and like, I need a crazy one to actually pick it up. Oh, we'll see, but it's definitely alarm, although I don't use alarm, but yeah, that would be great time. I'll probably do something like that.
better to just be alone here.
Also, this isn't only like Pau singing. Is it only her? I think it is. And I think that she's also the only one. Is she the only one playing the piano? Like now, is she the one playing the piano? I don't know.
In this place, nobody shows their face. Fear has reigned control over us. Boundaries put in the past behind me. I'm stepping over the debris. I finally can breathe. I can see I am free. I've escaped the mind.
The piano is gorgeous here, but also like her lyrics. Like, I've always find it so fun how this album specifically is so lighthearted music, but it's so like deep like lyrics. Like, they're so like covered in hidden meanings things that it's so like it's so tricky. You're like, wait a minute, like it's talking about this and like escaping the mind, and you're all like locked up in your head. But it's such a romantic kind of song, kind of vibe that you're like, no, I just don't see it from the beginning. Whereas later they just attack you directly, which is also really cool, like interpretation, and I like how they develop that way. But like here, it's so like kind of like a nice shock that you get, and like the lyrics are seriously just like all that. Like I'm breaking down the boundaries. In the end, it actually completely converts it. So it does happen. I'm breaking down the boundaries, putting the past behind me, and stepping over the debris. Okay, can someone explain what that is? Like the walls, like you're overcoming difficulties. I finally can breathe. I can see I am free. I've escaped my mind. I've escaped the mind. Ooh, that's so cool. It's like the mind's a thing of its own, and you're just locked up in there in that maze. Oh, that's cool. I like that little change in like just that little word, that big of a change. Like it's not her mind specifically, it's just the mind. The all powerful mind.
Going to overcome my fears.
That echo of the voice is gorgeous, and I really just appreciate this kind of like song, even though we don't have the rest of them. The fact that it's so like slow, and it does fit into the album's like kind of what the album's going for. I have to say that because the album's so similar with each other, the songs might be a thing that I don't really like. Like I like when an album has many like different genres, not really completely different, but a bit different. Like the first one, okay, Take Me On was a bit different, was a bit more funky. Eternal Love was completely romantic, and Fade Away was a bit closer to Eternal Love, but also a bit of Take Me Down. This one is again a bit of a romantic, but it has a meaning, like a teaching behind it. It's not about love specifically, it's about your freaking head and how you get caught up in it too much. You're trapped and you're supposed to break free and open your mind, which is really, really cool. So I like how they're working with it. If they didn't do it in this way, like if they did include a bit of a more upbeat song and it was all like balanced, I would be a bit like disappointed, because the album would be just one kind of like rhythm and one kind of like music type of songs. So I'm quite pleased that we have this variety. And I have to say that this album would be a category of its own, where it would be a romantic album, but also an album like that you could put up, and the songs wouldn't be repetitive, they would be unique, and they would have a little story on their own, and when you reached your favorite, you would actually like be like, yes, it's not completely the same with every single other one. So I like how they didn't get carried away, like the ages they've made this album. They could easily get carried away and just make this into a completely like one song as every single other one, like whole rhythm is like the same or some. Like I like the amount of detail, like I said last time, that they put in, and how much they work with the lyrics, how has written the lyrics, and she's done an amazing job. So it really, really shows like the amount of attention they've paid to this. You're kidding me, that has to be a violin. That has to be a violin. I love violins. I love it. Please tell me that's a violin. Violins, drums. Yeah, they are my favorite instruments. Drums, because you can get completely out of it with drums. You can go hectic with them. Violin, because of its interesting difficulty. Like when you learn it, it doesn't seem so like difficult. Like it makes sense. It is an instrument that actually makes sense when you learn it. But that unknown kind of instrument, like it's not from the beginning like the guitar has that strings, has these like spots where your fingers need to hit, and you don't put two fingers into one little block. Or else, I like how I'm explaining the little divisors with like it's blocks. Don't put two fingers in the same block with the same line, with the same chord, like drawing a chord, like you have chords there. I'm guessing in violin you also have like kind of chords for the main instrumental parts, but like in solos you would have some notes and stuff like, but like, yeah, you get the point. I'm getting kind of right. Oh, but yeah.
I'm breaking down the boundaries.
I like how there's no piano, like a lot of it is just like that, and we can clearly hear her voice. It seems like something's going to change or something's coming up.
In the past, behind me.
Also, do you guys know which of the girls is playing which instrument? That would be fun to know, since we're just listening to it. But, oh, wait. Why didn't I put this up? I'm so sorry, I'm so bad. Why did it? Oh, okay. This is the album cover, by the way. I thought since it's not like a visual, I could put this up, but okay. Anyways, it's not really a big change, is it? Okay, so I was saying that, yeah, they build it up quite well. I like how it's just a little piano. What I love here is the little harmonies they come in again with. I got a comment saying the family harmonies are the best and the most legendary, and I have to agree because voices and families are kind of similar, mostly. Except from the exceptions, of course. But yeah, and I can see that the girls do have some very like similar voices, except from like some like are more powerful than others, have greater ranges, blah blah blah. But yes, it's clear that they do like blend well together and like create something beautiful, like in here.
In the past, behind me. I'm stepping over the debris. I finally can breathe. I can see I am free. I've escaped the mind.
I love how they finished that with a little like high key parts. Like they could have just left it like to the normal key, but then they went like that higher. Was beautiful. It's like little baby steps, kind of vocal music, piano. Wow, everything. Okay, we're doing Free Falling. Just pulled up the lyrics. So I put my life in your hands. I gave you my trust. And I believed every lie. Oh god. I don't know if I heard this one. I am not sure because I sometimes just shuffle all of the warning songs. So let's just see, but I have a feeling this might be a bit more of an intense song, or it's gonna be an even more like sad song because of the title, Free Falling. So it can go extremely dramatically in one way or extremely dramatically the other way. And we need a bit of an upbeat song, so I would appreciate it if it went to the dramatic, upbeat way. But yeah, we'll see. Isn't it interesting keeping you in suspense? Okay. Yes, thank you. I have the feeling I actually listened to it before, but I don't really pay attention when the songs just loop. I just live through them. I don't check titles. I might learn the lyrics when I hear them too many times. And yeah, the whole thing's kind of a mess when it comes to my songs. I listen to them, I feel them, you can say, but I sometimes don't really check titles and I don't see the albums because I just appreciate the songs at that moment. I'll give you my thoughts, but it's not gonna be like a reaction to the song first time because I did hear it, but still get a little review of the song from me. I hope you still like it.
I gave you my trust, and I believed every lie that came out of your mouth. If that we had a chance.
Okay, so let's analyze this part. First of all, we have the killer guitar Guessing by Danny. I love it. That guitar is just power. That rhythm just like hitting over and over again, like choo-doo, choo-doo, like going on. Gorgeous. It's beautiful. And how it's kind of off from the voice makes it even more interesting because you pay attention. Because it's not like flowing, and it's not meant to, because it's not like a ballad anymore of a song. It's more of an intense song, and I love it. I love how they're working with it. They're really, really, like, how unique and different it is. It's not adapting to the music. It's the music's trying to run a reach, but still keeping its tempo, if you get what I mean.
Nothing has changed. I'm crashing through space. I'm burning up, and there's nothing that can put out this flame. You killed my dreams, burned my wings. Now I'm crying and screaming and cursing your calling.
Okay, so before we reach I'm free falling. Okay, what I love here is it starts off with the guitar, and the guitar is what's giving it its tempo. But then the drums kick in, and they grab the beat, and they take off from there. And they like support guitar, and they come in. It's not how usually drums keep the rhythm. It starts off with the guitar, blah, and it's really, really interesting. What I really, really like is how the voice is all working. Like, it starts off like you feel, if it weren't for the guitar, you would feel like another ballad is hitting, which is pretty interesting when it's not. I just love this part specifically. I'm always like banging to it when I'm listening to it. So yes, you know, I really, really like this one.
Now I'm crying and screaming and cursing your calling while I'm free falling.
Even though you could like extend that part while I'm free falling or something, I like it. It fits the type of music they're hitting, like more intense. So cutting it, they could like just extend it in the next verses. So yeah, it just really, really works. Like, you could question like, why don't they keep it or like show off her voice when in fact the song's supposed to be shown up. I know that a lot of times artists, in covers specifically, like the songs are being like extended and you show off your vocals and all that, and you change it to your own style, but sometimes you always like try to show a voice. Whereas the originals are always paying attention to the song because the artist knows when it's time to show off the vocals, which is really, really cool to see the difference between an original performance and the cover. Sometimes the artists, because they know how that's supposed to be sang, they do it that way so that the song's shown off. Does show off? Yeah. It does exist, right? Yeah. So I had a blackout. Oh my god. So little. Okay. And not always. Like, Angelina's done some pretty, like, she has mastered the art of covers and give it a new meaning. She does value the song. What I can see every time is that she refreshes the song, not her voice, to show off more. It's the song. And she picks songs that fit showing off her voice in that way. But it's not like she would pick a popular song in general and like a trendy song of the time, and that way like express her voice and show it off like that. Like, she values the song, like, that's what I mean most of the time. Like, and here it's beautiful, like how they're doing it, because they know this is the time to start off explaining and like building up through the music and explain the song, the beauty of the song, and not the artist's voice. Yeah, see, now the rhythm's kept by the drums. Like, I like the beginning though. Like, that was a nice change.
You took my fantasies, turned my world upside down. Now I can't go back, there'll be no.
Okay, what I love here is how different the way of singing and the way of playing the guitar is. It's like doo 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 when she's like da, 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 da. like it's so much more calmer way of singing, whereas the intense guitar, which is really, really cool. And then it's actually like adopting when it hits the chorus, which is beautiful. I like that little build up. You don't really notice it, but when you sit down and analyze the song, you can see it.
More of us. I believe that we had a chance.
Also, it's still not as intense. It's still keeping a bit more of a melancholical tone rather than an hectic tone, because like she's still like slow bits singing. She's not like going crazy with her voice, which is the beauty of the song. It's not intense, but it has some pretty intense background music supporting it, which makes it kind of more intense. Okay, we get, I think, a guitar solo there, which is gonna be gorgeous. I can hear already the high notes, that's why the really, really high parts of the note. What I love here is how they're singing that part as a group. So it's really, really like intensifying it. And she's not like just high noting it. Like the way they chose to do it, they could just go like high notes on those parts, but no, they chose to do like a bit of a harmony high notes so that it's still kind of melancholical. It doesn't change completely the song, and it keeps like its rhythm and all, but it still like intensifies a bit, which is really like they've worked with it in a really clever way, I think, this song. She slayed that part, and I love that guitar part. It's gorgeous and how she works with it. Like, it's true chef's kiss, that part. Gorgeous.
I believe that we had a chance.
And now it's like reminding us that, you know, we're going back to the slow pace. It's never changed. It's there. It's just a slow little melancholical song. Nothing there. But there is. It's really, really fun.
You killed my dreams, burned my wings. Now I'm crying and screaming and cursing you, calling while I'm free.
I think that's Pao singing as well. Like, you can see she has the talent. Like, listen to those high notes. Like, she kept up with the freaking guitar. I think it's Pao. I honestly believe it's Pao singing this. I know I could go for the safe choice and say that's Danny, but I think that's Pao. And I'm just proud of her. Like, she just shows that she does have the range of vocals to sing those live parts. But I think Danny does retry, of course. And I think what she does here is like perfect for the song. Like, I wouldn't want to see Danny singing it like to go higher. It's like the perfect one because it is more of a melodramatic kind of song, so it needs to be a bit like kind of a way slowly building up. And where they reach, I like how they keep it there. They don't go overboard because it's like going out of the song like is there a point in adding that? Like, you know what I mean? Whereas like like some really good work's been put in this song. That distortion that keeps on just like sounding. Okay, let's just finish off. You can tell like my favorites are already like listed. You can tell like I love Free Falling. I would put maybe second Eternal Love, then Escape the Mind, then Take Me Down, Fade Away. Well, Take Me Down and Fade Away would be equal, and I could put Escape the Mind, the piano, because it's just the piano. I'm just gonna put it last because it's just the piano. It's not like I'm not gonna enjoy it because
I can't break down the boundaries.
wait.
I can't break down.
Huh. Wait, does that mean that we don't have any violin or other instruments, just the piano throughout the whole thing? Oh, that's so interesting. Oh, wait. Oh, that's like they've experimented or something. Oh, no, I want to know which ones hurt more. Or, of course, it's like the actual official one, right? Because of the title. But if if people actually knew that there was one with only the piano, would they listen to it more? Like, that's the interesting part. Like, if they actually knew, like, once with the full instrumental, like a bit more instruments, whereas this one's just the piano, like, you come to think it's clearly more of a melancholic kind of ballad kind of song. So a piano only could make it even more of a ballad. Whereas with the instruments and so then you just hit two preferences, which is really interesting. Oh, okay, I didn't know.
Down the boundaries, can't put the past behind me. I just can't believe that you can break the cage, destroy the chains, escape the mind.
I have chills. Just wanted to say that, like, it got out of nowhere. I think it's how slowly the voice just faded out and, like, the piano just remained. Like, I got freaking chills. It's beautiful.
Here in this place, nobody shows their face. Fear has reigned control over us.
What's quite interesting is I just realized how this song is basically talking about love again. But I think that it's a bit more directed to also your thoughts and everything in general, because it's faintly mentioning it, which is quite cool. Because it links the whole, like, album that way. Like, there's a link of love in the whole album. Okay.
We live in a cage, but I am going to escape today. I'm breaking down the boundaries, putting the past behind me. Always play. I won't stay here. I'm going to overcome my fear.
Okay, it might seem like the song's not as supporting it as much with only the piano, but I think it's actually really, really nice because the voice is showing off more here. Like, without the other instruments, the voice seems to be the main instrument, and it's like a bit of an a cappella, and the piano is just following along with it. It's like supporting the voice, which I like it. It's kind of like more of a light version of the song where it is the whole song, but it's a bit less intense, which I think is interesting. Like, again, it's all on preferences, and it would be quite cool to see which one's more like listened to, but I don't think I can right now, can I? So it's 88,000 for the piano one, and 108,000 for the other one. I mean, the title is quite explanatory, but like, I for one thought that there was not going to be any singing at all. Like, it would just be the piano part. Like, what if they knew the song was there but just with the piano? Like, what would you get then? It's quite interesting. I don't know. Yes, the high note was carrying on through her before I cut it off.
I won't stay here. I'm going trying to overcome my fears.
I like how they're working with it, and specifically because I'm wearing headphones, I feel like they're attacking my brain with the song. And I like how it's just the voice, because it's like the music's like far away, but the voice is like in your head. Whereas I think in Escape the Mind, I wouldn't be able to concentrate that much in the voice because I would pay attention to also the other instruments.
I'm stepping over the debris. I finally can breathe. I can see I am free. I've escaped the mind.
I want to be honest, I think with this song, they've got the perfect voices, like those little kind of children kind of voices, but they're working with them in a way that kind of deceives you. Like, you can tell they're children's voices, but you can like also see how they're working with the voice, like how they're in a way like even like deceiving you that it's not a children's voice, which is quite interesting. Gorgeous. I really like this. It's such a beautiful album overall, like so enjoyable. I also got a comment saying that it wasn't meant to be released at all. Like, those songs weren't be released like that. They just went and tried to do 3 songs, but they were so good. So the actual like producers told them, you know what, like make another 3 and we'll make a whole album and we're gonna release it because they're killer. And he was so right. Like, she was alright, and I really like just enjoy it. Like, beautiful. Okay. Also, next week we're starting off the first album called 21st Century Blood. As you guys know, I already reacted to the official music video they've done of the song 21st Century Blood. So you can just go watch that back if you're here for the music video. Now, how we're gonna work with the actual album. It's going to be 2 songs every time. I am going to be doing what I've been suggested is, because they've done a bit of an earlier. They've done this in 2017. The album came out in 2017. So the Spotify version of the songs are from then. So I am going to be listening to each, like for example, day 1. Next week I'm going to be doing the 2017 21st Century Blood song, and just the audio, just to listen to it and get the feeling and how they performed it. And then I'm going to go and react to a 2019-2020 kind of performance they did live. So you guys get a live and an audio performance reaction, and I'm very excited to see the difference. I like when they suggested that in the comments. Thank you so much, first of all, for suggesting it, because it was quite a cool like idea to see the development when I'm mostly in the channel searching for the development of each artist, and seeing how they refresh the song, or if they like it and they keep it the same, or how the voices change, of course, because they're from babies to like older vocals, of course, obviously. So I just want to see how this will evolve in general. It's going to be really cool. So next week it is going to be just 1 song every time, because it's going to be too long if I do it like that, and I have school and I can't really each day like put that much time into the reactions because we have homework, sadly. Homework. Okay. Okay, so yes, so next week's gonna be 21st Century, but then we're gonna go next week for Shattered Heart and go on and on. We are going to be listening again to the songs I've already done, even though I've done them, because we're going to be doing the oldest version, the 2017, and then a new live, and I'm going to try and make sure that I don't pick the same lives. Okay, so for now, I do hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. I'll wait over here, will be sending you. And I'll see you guys next time in my next The Warning Tuesdays. Bye-bye. Also, keep in mind that you do get your reward pretty soon. It's probably going to be out on Sunday, this Sunday, or on Wednesday. Do tell me if you want a live reaction of it. Like if you'd like me to do a premiere and I can talk to you guys in the chat and see like your reactions and things. I would be too embarrassed to do a live where I watch it with you because I'm the one singing a cappella the songs. But I would love it if you want to do a premiere. Like I wouldn't mind that at all. So yeah, bye bye for now.